Hey Dylan, what's up, man? Yeah, I got time to give you another lesson or whatever. So just give me some feedback on how you're doing with your power chords and stuff like that, your bar chords. They're more often referred to bar chords than power chords because, like, a bar chord technically is you're actually, like I said, you know how you'd be at the 5th fret, you'll be fretting the 6th string, which would be the low E, and like I said, it's a step up. In the last video I said half a step, or 2 steps or whatever, or I forget what I said. Anyhow, when you go up, it's half a step. So doing a bar chord, you're going up a full step. Full step is going from like 1, 2, 3, and half a step is 1, 2. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So where the hell was I? Fuck. Yeah, that's another thing. So if you're doing your bar chords, they expect you to take this finger and hold down every single string. That's what they really call a bar chord, because you're barring every single note, and then you're taking your what's commonly used as this finger for power chords. It's Kurt Cobain, but I've gotten used over the years of using my pinky, so I can hold all that down. And like I said, if you're fretting, you want to make a power chord, you're fretting the 6th string at the 5th fret on the low E, and you hold them all down. And then, like I said, you'd have to do the next string under, but you'd have to be up a full step to make it like I did before. But to do it with an actual power chord, it'll sound like this. But a lot of times you know, I mean, you're doing a song, you're not like, you don't go that high unless it calls for it. That's what I'm saying, is standard bar chord. Another thing I think that you might find yourself getting caught up in doing really is, just 1 second here, I need to fucking drink, is when you're switching from your chords to your next chords, your fingers probably do not want to go where you want them to go. Basically, if you're doing it and you want to go, one finger might stay behind, because your fingers haven't built up that strength yet to get that to that level of moving the power, of moving your, And another thing too that stops people from playing, and don't let this stop you from playing, because I let it stop me for a little while, but don't stop. It hurts. It hurts the fingertips. It hurts a lot to hold down guitar strings. I'm not going to admit it. I've got calluses so thick on my fingers that they're ridiculous, and since I play bass with my fingers, I even got them on this finger too really bad. And I rarely ever use a pick, to be honest with you, unless I'm playing a song that calls for it or whatever, but I like to play finger style. Anyhow, so yeah, like I can sit there, any string, any finger, and that does not hurt at all. Although I'm coming down with some kind of skin condition on my fingers where I'm getting cuts. Like I got one there and I have one there with a band-aid on it. My mother-in-law has something like it, and her hands get so cut that she can barely do anything. And if this happens to me and I can't play guitar, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. And hopefully it won't go. Anyways, got off track there. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. So yeah. So if you're finding yourself trying to hold down those two, or down here, or wherever, you can do a power chord, bar chord, anywhere. So yeah, don't worry about it if your fingers don't go with it at first. It takes a while. I mean, it's not something that happens overnight, just to give you a good example of a song with power chords, Four Horsemen by Metallica. So it's slower so you can see what I'm doing. But like pop music, yeah, punk music is primarily too also a lot of power chords. I mean, they kill it. They overkill it sometimes. You know, like it's complete songs. Another song I was thinking about after I did the first video is "Smells Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana. Now, if you were a bass player, this is what you would do. You'd be on the 6th string on the 1st fret, and then go to the 6th string on the 5th fret, and then the 6th string on the 4th fret, and then the 5th string on the 4th fret. But if you do that with power chords, you'll get the intro to "Smells Like Teen Spirit." So yeah, like Kurt Cobain really used a lot of power chords in his songs. Anyhow, okay, so today I'll show you some basic chords. I mean, there's so many chords, man. There's about 200 chords. You could do the stupidest thing, like I don't. That sounds terrible. That's probably a chord. Yesterday when I was referring to the E chord, basically, it's not really an E chord. An E chord is that. Just 1 second. This is an E minor. You take this finger, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 1st fret, 3rd string. So there it's 1, 2, 3. That's an E chord. I don't know why I got that mixed up yesterday. That's another thing too. When I started playing guitar back in 1995, I had nothing to help me learn how to play guitar. Nothing at all. So now there's so much available. Like I've learned chords over the years that I don't even know what the hell the names of them are. So that there's an E minor. And what I was telling you yesterday was technically an E. They call it an E minor. Is those strings. Basically, you gotta hit the open E with them, and then you'd be on the 5th fret at the that mixed up. The 2nd fret, the 5th string, 2nd fret at the 4th string. E minor. But that's what it is. I call it an E because, like I said, a lot of times, like I said, when bands will play that chord, they won't hit the 3rd note. They'll just hit the first 2. So that's E minor. And then to get, E minor, and then to get to an E, you just gotta add your pointing finger here. I'll get that a little closer for you. Okay, E minor. Not sure if you got that. It's alright. The next one I'll show you is A. It's pretty simple. You're on the 2nd fret, and the 4th string, 3rd string, the 4th string, 3rd string, and the 2nd string. All you have to do is just hold all 3 of those down. 4, 3, 2 on the 2nd fret. And this is what you'll get. That's an A, and that's a beautiful chord. To me, so it's easy. 2nd fret, the 4th string, the 3rd string, and the 2nd string. There. That's an A chord. Now to get an A minor chord, instead of having your fingers like that, what I do is I take this one off, move these 2 up, and then take this one and put it on the second string on the first fret and keep the other ones there on the 4 and the 3. That's an A minor. So you go from A, A minor. Try to show you that closer. A, A minor. And the next one, my favorite chord, is a D. Now, like a chord that's high pitched like that, you don't usually, you can strum the whole thing, like no problem, but you're focusing on the last 3 or 4 strings. So yeah, this is what a D is. You're on the 2nd fret at the 3rd string, and then you're on the 3rd fret at the 2nd string, and then you're at the 2nd fret at the 1st string, and that's all it is. I love this chord. I think it's my favorite chord, and why I just like the sound of it. Now I'm going to show you a D minor. This was a D. So for a D minor, all you do is you take this finger off, take this one away from there, and put it up to where this finger just was, on the 2nd fret at the 3rd string, and then take your pointing finger and put it on the 1st fret at the 1st string, and this way. Another chord I really like. I wrote a song and I used that chord a lot one time. Okay, so I'll show it to you again. Let's see if I can do this here. Okay, this is a D. And this is a D minor. And I hope you can see that. I hope that I got the camera right there and you can see that. Now I'm going to show you an F. See, these are all basic chords. An F is basically like the first note, and that's F. So yeah, it's basically just, but then if you're going to do it in notation, you would be like this. Because this right here and this, they're both F notes. So to get a strumming pattern with a song, that's how it would be. So you would be on the 3rd fret at the 5th string, and then the 3rd fret at the 4th string, and then the 2nd fret at the 3rd string, and then the 1st fret at the 2nd string. That's the way to play it if you're playing a song with a lot of chords. But other than that, straight bar chord. I'll show you it up close anyhow. Just like that. And another thing a lot of people do when they do bar chords is that they not only hit these two, they'll place both their fingers and then one. It doesn't make a difference because it makes a difference if you're strumming it. But if I didn't have that when I was strumming it, it doesn't. Whatever song you're learning, it'll if it calls for it, you'll know like when to get it or whatever, when to do it. Now a C chord, beautiful chord. Sounds like this. So for a C chord, you're just on the 3rd fret at the 5th string, and then you're at the 2nd fret at the 4th string, and then you're at the 1st fret at the 2nd string. So that's a C chord. Again, try to get it close up for you. Just like that. of it. And the next one is a G, common chord. So you start off, you're on the second fret, second fret 5th string, and the 3rd fret 6th string, and then again on the 3rd fret you put your pinky, or this one, the ring finger, on 3. So that's a G. So closer for you. Just one there, and one there. Some people they'll do 2. I do 2. I always do 2. There's a difference, I suppose. But yeah, those are your main basic chords. The E, the A, the D, the F, the G. After a while, it gets so crazy. Like, you know, F sharp minor, G flat pentatonic, E sus, D sus, like all these. There's so many chords, so those are just the basic ones I want to show you. Yeah, because you don't want to get too involved. Like, I mean, obviously you can search for chords like through Yahoo Images or something. You can find things just full of chords. But yeah, that was one thing I wanted to tackle today. That and the fact that if you find that your fingers are lagging, you know, you want it. But my advice to you to learn that is to keep hitting, keep doing it over and over. But eventually you'll just find yourself sliding. E minor. So yeah, what the hell else I want to say to on this one here? I ain't a guitar teacher. I don't know what that. That's how I don't know what I'm doing. But if it helps you out, that's cool, man. Because I mean, what, you're 16, and I started playing when I was 13, so you were 3 years old whenever I started playing guitar. Pretty crazy. But a lot of the music I listen to is, you know, metal, Slayer, Metallica, you know, like heavy stuff. I'll just do an improv, something totally improv right now. Yeah, see, like, I prefer to play without a pick, to be honest with you. Those are called triplets. We'll go into that later on. I mean, that's hitting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like. And then there's palm muting, super fast down picking. I'm a better up picker than a down picker, to be honest with you. I tell them to hold the pick because of my cut. So yeah, yeah, that's what I just wanted to tell you and give you the names of the chords so I don't mess you up. I actually kind of, like I said, I had to go through it myself and kind of get a feel to go back to remembering what the chord names were. So yeah, watch this video over and over, man. Learn the chords. Don't give up because it hurts. And if your fingers really hurt a lot, and say if you break a string, get a set of light strings like the Dario light or extra light. Light strings are easier to hold down. Like, don't get like Zach Wild there from Black Label. Don't get his his like signature model. The low E string on his set is like the last string on a bass. So you really want strings that are really light and are easy to play. So yeah, let me know how this video went. If it's cool and all that, it must be long. I talk a lot. Later, man.